Since I really started understanding myself, I learned one thing, and that is I crave deep conversations and meaningful interactions. That's one of the terms I learned from it. And some people aren't emotionally developed enough or emotionally aware enough to understand truly who they are. So when I talk to someone, especially if I'm interested in them, or really it's just in general, because I want to know the real you. When I talk to them in an attempt to know the real authentic version of themselves, not just the one that they play, they'll look at me as if sometimes they'll look at me as if I'm doing too much, or what's word intrusive. I'm just, they'll look at me like I'm just this nigga that's just trying to fuck with them or hurt them in some kind of way. Because the thing about it is, when I'm trying to know the real you, I'm not trying to gain something from you. Some people are used to people that's trying to use them. Some people are used to people that's trying to attack them or just gain information for future leverage later on. And that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? When I'm really trying to talk to you, I'm trying to chop it up with you, I'm trying to, really get to know you. I don't have any kind of ill intentions in mind, right? But some folks are still just tuned to the survival mindset of, okay, how are you going to hurt me later? Let me put my guard up. You know what I'm saying? How can I defend myself from you? As if they always being attacked. And it's just like, damn, fam. And I realized something I learned from this later video. I forgot what it was. It's on my story somewhere. But when she said that people who aren't emotionally, they're not emotionally matured within themselves, you know what I'm saying? What they'll perceive from you is triggers. They'll perceive as if, okay, you're triggering them because you're throwing it, pretty much you're throwing everything they thought they knew about people and life for a loop when they interact with someone like me who's actually being genuine with them. She was speaking specifically towards women, but I've had this kind of interactions too when I'm just, trying to chop it up with male dudes as well. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to have a genuine conversation with some people. They'll see it as if, okay, he's doing too much. And it's like, I can only imagine what kind of hell you really live in on a daily basis when you are consistently trying to be someone to appease your family, your friends, your co-workers and stuff like that, always jumping through hoops, or having the authentic version of you just so jam packed tight and buried deep down within all the bullshit that you put on top of it. And that's just, like I said, that's just the norm nowadays. That's why, of course, when it's coming down to dating, a lot of folks are having a lot more trouble with it than it actually should be, because a lot of people can't just be honest about who they are, what they want, where they're going, and so on and so forth. It makes it hard. That's the difficulty with it, is that you trying to find somebody. You're not trying to find somebody to match the real you. You trying to find somebody who matches the ideal version that you have of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it hard to have real friendships, real families, and real connections and stuff like that. It's an identity crisis that people have. It's a lack of attention and nurturing within themselves that they just didn't get as children. And they hang around other people who do the same bullshit thinking that it's normal. You know what I'm saying? So when I interact with them and I was just like, hey, I'm not feeling this or whatever. I'm sorry, when I interact with them and I'm going deeper into, life and so on and so forth, because I love meaning. You know what I'm saying? I love feeling like having an understanding between my job and my work, for example, right? I want to know what life really is, why I'm really here. You know what I'm saying? What makes me feel joy and stuff of that kind of nature. And it's like when they interact with someone like me like that, it throws everything off to the point to where they get scared because they're triggered. They're in the defensive mode. They're in survival mode even heavily because they think, okay, he's trying to go too deep with me. He's trying to do too much or whatever. What are you trying to gain, right? And it's like, damn, my nigga, that all I'm doing is just having a conversation, fam. Excuse me. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just something I learned, bro. So I'm just kind of filtering out now. Right now, considering I just recently learned it, like literally earlier today. I've been thinking and pondering on it, and I'm like, where are more people who are like me, bro? Where are the people who've been doing and who have done some of the healing work and stuff of that kind of nature? Who are the people who are just separated from that kind of normal? That normal of just be like, pretending and shit like that. I've never been one to do that, even though I like to make great impressions. I was never one to kind of compress my real authentic self. And it's like sometimes with the way the world is tuned now, it feels like you get punished for it. You know what I'm saying? You get separated from it. But on the flip side, and this is again my experience, the more I became in tune with it and stopped giving a fuck, you know what I'm saying? The more I just said, I'm finna be my authentic self, regardless of how now nigga and or motherfucker may feel. The more I decided to do this, the more people that have just been attracted to me. And get this, the same people that would criticize me or say I was this and that and so on or whatever for just being my natural self or just being, you know, just standing for something, you know what I'm saying? They always wonder where I go when I stop fucking with them now. They always wonder. They'll ask somebody about me. I've heard people say they had a conversation about me at one point. You know, people tell me that they had a conversation about this or so on and so forth. You know, it's just crazy to me, and it makes me feel like they wish that they can be. They wish that they can show sides of themselves that I'm not afraid to show anymore. They wish they could do that because I wouldn't be on your mind if I didn't trigger something within you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be offended or you wouldn't feel like you're being attacked or something like that if I didn't awaken something within you. If I'm just saying, okay, this is, I didn't like the way how you did this, or I've noticed that you do this, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I'm never forcing anybody to do anything. Now, I'm just saying, hey, this is what I noticed, right? And when you start getting offended, you start going into attack mode or whatever, you wouldn't have an emotional reaction to something that isn't emotionally relative to you. That's all I'm saying. So the more I am my authentic self and my genuine version, you know what I'm saying, the more people would get frustrated at the fact that they still have to hide themselves. They may not say it consciously, or yeah, consciously is the word I'm thinking of. They may not just say it out of the blue. They couldn't put it, like I said, into language. They just feel this unsettling within them. As some people say, what is it? You trigger or awaken other people's demons, I guess what you say. Just by being myself, and I'm not trying to do that authentically. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to literally make you upset or disgruntled you or whatever. I want to see you win. I want to see you happy and smiling and stuff like that, because again, that's how I live now, you know. But it's just something I noticed, man. It's just something that I want to share. And I think that it's important to just recognize this within you if you feel anything towards watching this video. If you feel like something, this is relative to you. You know, let me know in the comment if you ever did in the comments if you ever dealt with somebody like this, or you're working on this yourself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is something that you feel like, okay, you feel like you get attacked easily, whatever it may be. But thank y'all for listening to me. I appreciate you. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video, but let's see what happens.